Have you ever wondered how the world's most beloved morning ritual began? Before Starbucks, before espresso machines, before cafes filled every corner of the planet, there was a small green plant growing wild on the highlands of Ethiopia. And today we're diving into the incredible story of how coffee was discovered in Ethiopia by a young goat herder who noticed his goat acting hyper, and how it spread across the rest of the world. Stay to the end to also learn about Ethiopia's coffee ceremony, which is one of the most beautiful cultural rituals on Earth. Our story begins hundreds of years ago in the lush forests of Kaffa in southern Ethiopia. This region isn't just rich in greenery, it's literally the birthplace of the original coffee plant. A young goat herder named Kaldi noticed something odd. His goats were unusually excited, jumping, prancing, practically dancing after eating the bright red berries from a wild bush. Curious, Kaldi tried the berries himself, and suddenly felt a surge of energy. He took the cherries to a nearby monastery. At first, the monks rejected them. One monk threw the berries into a fire, but instead of destroying them, the beans roasted, releasing a rich, inviting aroma. Drawn in by the smell, the monks decided to grind the roasted beans and mix them with hot water. And in that moment, a drink was born. A drink that would someday keep billions of people awake. Before it became a brewed beverage, Ethiopians used coffee in surprising ways. They chewed the cherries for quick energy. They crushed coffee beans and mixed them with butter to create early protein balls. In some regions, coffee pulp was fermented into a mild drink. People even used the leaves for herbal infusions. Coffee was part of daily life long before it was ever written about. It wasn't just a plant, it was food, medicine, and an energizer. And as people traveled through the highlands, coffee traveled with them. From the deep forests of Kaffa, coffee spread east into Sidama, then north into Harar. Eventually, it spread to almost every region in Ethiopia. Farmers began cultivating coffee. Even communities and households had coffee trees in their garden, which they used to harvest and prepare coffee. The spread of coffee shaped unique traditions around growing, roasting, and sharing it. The most notable tradition being the Ethiopian coffee ceremony, one of the most beautiful and ancient coffee rituals on Earth. The ceremony begins by washing fresh green beans. Then the beans are roasted over an open flame, filling the room with their aroma. Guests are invited to enjoy the smell, an important symbolic moment. The roasted beans are ground by hand using a wooden mortar and pestle. The grounds are brewed in a jabena, a traditional Ethiopian clay pot. Coffee is served in small cups and accompanied by snacks like popcorn. A full ceremony has 3 rounds of coffee. In many households, participating in the ceremony shows respect, hospitality, and community. It symbolizes peace and friendship, and it remains one of the oldest coffee traditions in the world. In Ethiopia, coffee isn't just a drink, it's an experience. So how did coffee leave Ethiopia? Around the 1400s, Ethiopian beans were transported across the Red Sea to Yemen by traders. From there, coffee spread across the Middle East, then into Europe by the 1600s, and eventually to Asia and the Americas. By the 1700s, coffee farms exploded across the tropics, turning coffee into a global commodity. Yet even as coffee became international, Ethiopia remained home to its deepest traditions. Today, coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world after oil. Even the singer The Weeknd, who has Ethiopian roots, launched his coffee line, Samra Origins, featuring Ethiopian beans. But no matter where you drink your coffee, a cafe in Paris, a street stall in Istanbul, a diner in New York, the drink you're holding traces its roots back to one place, the forests of Ethiopia, where a goat herder once noticed something strange about his goats.